In this video, we will discuss about tumor immunology. Okay. So, what we are going to discuss in this video is when the tumor occurs in the body, how does the body react to it? How does the body recognize the tumor? And what it does to remove these tumor cells? Okay. But still the tumor occurs, right? So, how does the tumor escape this kind of immune system, right? And in the last, we will discuss a little bit about the immunotherapy. So, without further ado, let us start with this video. So, first let us discuss about some evidence which suggests the immune reactivity of the body to tumors. Okay. The first is some tumors regress spontaneously. Like, for example, melanomas or neuroblastomas. These are kind of tumors which do not require any kind of medical intervention. They regress spontaneously. The reason behind this is the immune reactivity of the body. That is, the immune cells, they recognize these tumor cells and remove it. Similarly, regression of metastasis after primary tumor removal. What it means is, see, if there is a malignant tumor, there have been some metastasis in the body. There have been evidence where on removal of the primary tumor, the tumor load has decreased and now the immune system can effectively eradicate the other metastatic tumor cells which are spread in the other parts of the body. So that is also another evidence. The third is, after chemotherapy, the few cells which can remain, which are not eradicated by the chemotherapy, the immune system takes care of those cells. Then, why do we see more amount of or more incidence of tumors in immunodeficient states? Because their immunity is not able to effectively fight away these tumor cells, right? So that is also one evidence suggesting the immune reactivity to tumors. Similarly, most of the tumors are occurring in the young or the old population only, because again this has to do with their less immunity. Then, in persons who are suffering with tumors, we have seen tumor-associated antibodies and cytotoxic T lymphocytes. That means their immune system was triggered against these tumors and the immune system was trying to fight away these tumors. Okay. So these are some evidences which suggest that immune system has a role to play in the tumor removal or tumor eradication of these tumor cells. Okay. So all this while we were discussing how the immune system reacts to the tumor cells. But in order for the immune system to react against a tumor, the tumor must have some antigens which are recognized by the body as foreign antigens, right? So these antigens that the tumor express can either be new antigens or any alteration in the existing antigens. Mainly there are two types of tumor antigens. They are classified as TSTA, that is tumor specific transplantation antigen, tumor specific transplantation antigen, and TATA, tumor associated transplantation antigen. Okay. So if you appreciate the name itself, tumor specific transplantation antigen suggests that whatever antigens comes under this type are unique to the tumor cells. Okay. So these kind of antigens are unique to the tumor cells. Mean to say that these are expressed only on the tumor cells. Whereas TATA, tumor associated antigens, these are kind of antigens which are present both on the normal cells and the tumor cells. But obviously in the tumor cells they are a little altered. So normal cells and tumor cells. So having discussed this, let us see some examples of important tumor antigens which are expressed. So if you consider this as a tumor cell, okay, Majorly antigens are expressed on MHC1, that is major histocompatibility complex 1. We know that MHC1 are present on all the nucleated cells. So, suppose this is a MHC1. So one kind of tumor antigens is tumor suppressor genes. Tumor suppressor genes. These are present only on the tumor cells. So this is a TSTA type of antigens, tumor suppressor genes. Then the next type can be some oncogenes. Some oncogenes. Oncogenes are nothing but the cancer specific genes or cancer derived genes. Oncogenes. Then another antigen which can be expressed or which are considered as a tumor antigen are stem cells. See, stem cells are normally, if you see, in undifferentiated cells, but when it is seen in the adult differentiated cell, it is definitely considered foreign. So, stem cells. Then, some altered glycolipids and glycopeptides. These glycolipids and peptides are normally present in the cells also, but if they are altered, then the body considered it as foreign antigens. Altered. Then, some fetal proteins, if they are expressed on the cells, are again considered abnormal. These fetal proteins are normally seen in fetal cells, but if in the adult they are present in very negligible amounts, not to be traced by the immunity. But in these tumor cells, these are overproduced and these are expressed outside on the cell. Okay, so fetal proteins. Now let us discuss a little bit about these fetal proteins. Let me discuss it here. Okay. Fetal proteins, mainly there are two types which are important for you to understand and remember. One is alpha fetoprotein and the other is carcinoembryogenic antigen. Okay. AFP, nothing but alpha fetoprotein. This is a protein which is highly increased and suggestive of hepatocellular carcinoma. Hepatocellular carcinoma. Normally in humans, in a normal cell, it is just 0 to 20 nanograms per ml, very negligible. But in hepatocellular carcinoma, it is increased 4 to 5 folds, very suggestive of this particular cancer. Then the second type is carcinoembryogenic antigen, CEA. This is also present in very negligible amounts in normal cells, but it is increased in colon cancer. C for carcinoembryogenic antigen, C for colon cancer. Remember it like that. Okay. Again, increased levels of CEA highly suggestive of colon cancer. There is one important difference between both these two things that you need to understand. See, AFP is only seen on the cells, whereas CEA is seen both on the cells and secretions like serum and other secretions of the body. But obviously the immunity is triggered because of the antigens which are expressed on the cells, tumor cells. Okay. So these are some fetal proteins, again type of tumor antigens. Then let us see the another types. Yeah, peptides. See, peptides are some normal protein products only. These are present in very negligible amounts, specifically one kind of peptide which is tyraminase. Tyraminase is present again in a very negligible amount which is not usually recognized by the immune cells. But if there is overproduction of this particular peptide, it again triggers the immune system that there is something wrong with this cell. So overproduction of the peptides. Next, okay, we know that tumors can be caused by different chemicals, radiation, viruses, right? So when the tumor is caused by a particular virus, the virus is present inside the tumor, for example. Okay, these viruses will also express some kind of proteins, which are the viral proteins, and these viral proteins are recognized by the body as foreign. But here, these viruses are clever. What they do is, they understand that if they express these proteins, the immune system will be triggered and it will lead to the apoptosis of this particular cell. So what they do is, they do not express, or they decrease the concentration of MHC1 on the cells, so that the proteins are not expressed outside, abnormal proteins. But our immune system is cleverer. There is a subset of T lymphocytes called as natural killer cells. These natural killer cells, they are a part of innate immune system. What they do is, they do not detect the abnormal antigens. They detect the concentration of MHC1 that is present on the cell. So if they decrease, or if they detect a decreased concentration of MHC1, they kill that particular cell. Okay. So that is how the immune system tackles with this kind of viruses. Then we have completed tumor suppressor genes, fetal proteins, peptides, viral proteins, glycolipids, altered stem cells, oncogenes. Yeah. Then some normal genes which are mutated are also expressed outside of the cell. Again they are recognized by the body. Mutated normal genes. Then there is one particular type of protein which is present in the testis, which helps to produce sperms. That is cancer testis protein. Cancer testis protein. When this kind of protein is present on any other part of the body, then it is considered foreign by the immune system, and the body tries to kill that particular cell. Okay. So I think most of the tumor antigens which can be expressed we have covered, right? Okay. Now, having discussed that these are tumor antigens, so we now know that if these kind of antigens are expressed on the cells, the immune system will recognize again that it is foreign, and it will react against it. So how does it react against it? What happens? So in the next part we will see that what constitutes the immunosurveillance of the body. Okay. So what mainly the information that we know about immune surveillance comes from the experimental studies which have been done on the mice. And what mainly we know is that cell-mediated immunity is more important and plays a major role when compared to the humoral immunity against a tumor. So cell-mediated immunity has a major role to play. So cell-mediated immunity, as we know, is mediated by the cytotoxic T lymphocytes, that is CTL. It is nothing but CD8 plus T lymphocytes. CD8 plus T lymphocytes. So what it does is, once the tumor cell is recognized, okay, as a foreign, then these CD8 lymphocytes are activated, and what they do is they will carry out the apoptosis of that particular cell. Or this plus natural killer cells, they also have a very important role to play, as we were discussing earlier. If suppose any viruses or any kind of another scenario where the antigens are not expressed on the surface of the cell, and if there is decreased concentration of MHC, then these natural killer cells will kill those particular cells. So either CTL or natural killer cells, whichever is recruited to remove that particular cells, once they are activated, interferon gamma, which is a cytokine, that is released, and this interferon gamma will command the macrophages to carry out phagocytosis. Via the macrophage, the phagocytosis of the cells will occur. So this is how the cell-mediated immunity works in the tumor immunology. Next, the other type is the humoral immunity. Although it has a very little role to play, there are some tumor-specific antibodies which are found circulating in the cells. These antibodies can attach to this tumor antigens and cause the killing of these cells. So, very minor role to play. And it is mediated by the tumor-specific antibodies. Now, we have seen how the tumor antigens are expressed, which helps the body to recognize it, and what does the body do to counter it, we have seen. But if the system was so well coordinated, tumor would not have occurred, but still the tumor occurs in the body. That means that there is some kind of mechanism which is called as escape mechanism, by which the tumor cells will evade the immunosurveillance of the body. So let us learn about how these escape mechanisms, what these escape mechanisms are. So the first escape mechanism which the tumor adapts is that it will not express the neoantigens which the body may find immunogenic. So the tumors may not express the antigens or any kind of co-stimulatory molecules which the body will find immunogenic. As a result of which the T lymphocytes are not triggered and the cells are not killed. Okay. The second is, in the early development of tumor, what happens is the antigens are very small in number, so the immune system are not able to recognize it. In the early development of tumor, the small number of antigens, due to the small number of antigens, the immune system is not able to recognize the tumor. This is called as low dose tolerance. Low dose tolerance. Similarly, when the tumor is rapidly proliferating, then suddenly there is an increased bout of these antigens, so very, very high number of antigens. This increase in number will overwhelm the immunity, and again the immunity cannot react against these tumors. So this kind of scenario is called as high dose tolerance. In either of which cases the immunity is not somehow able to react against these tumors. Then thirdly, there is one important factor which is called as transforming growth factor beta. Transforming growth factor beta is normally down regulated by the tumor cells. Okay. So what the tumor cells do is they down regulate the tumor transforming growth factor beta on the cell, and instead they release their own, down regulate and release their own. As we know that TGF beta helps in two main things. It carries out the apoptosis of the cell. At the same time, it increases the angiogenesis. So how the tumor takes advantage of this particular thing is, when it releases its own TGF beta, it kills the surrounding cells by apoptosis. So there is more space around the tumor cells to grow. At the same time, angiogenesis is also going on, so the tumor cells are getting enough blood supply to survive. There. Lastly, there are tumors, they release some immunosuppressive molecules which will suppress the immunity of the person, and hence the immunity cannot react against these tumors. Immunosuppressive molecules. The examples of these are CD4, CD25 and FOXP3. Right. So this is how the tumors will escape or evade the immunity of the cell and continue to grow. So we have come to the last segment of this lecture, where I'll be discussing about immunotherapy. Okay, I'm just including immunotherapy for the completeness of the lecture, but please understand there is much more to read about immunotherapy than what I'll be discussing. I'll be just briefing about it. So first let us talk about the monoclonal antibodies. Very important and very upcoming promising treatment modality in the tumors, for the tumors. Monoclonal means single clone of antibodies. What the scientists here they do is, they take a particular tumor, okay, and they isolate the antigen. Suppose this is the antigen, and they create an antibody against it. And this particular antibody, what has been created or what has been produced, they will harvest these antibodies. A large number of monoclonal antibodies, a batch is produced, and these antibodies are then injected into the patients. Okay, very important for undifferentiated tumors, because undifferentiated tumors you can't really know what is the origin of the tumor. So this kind of monoclonal antibodies are very important in such tumors. Okay. Then the second one is interleukin 2. The cytokines like interleukin 2 or interferon gamma. Okay. Or TNF alpha, tumor necrosis factor alpha. These are some cytokines which can be injected into the body, that is the chemotherapy, during the chemotherapy, and then these can go and fight against the tumor cells. Now, sometimes instead of directly injecting these cytokines inside the body, there is one kind of treatment, that is the cell culture. In this, what usually is done is, they'll isolate the cells, the tumor cells, and the tumor cells, see these are the tumor cells for example, the tumor cells will have surrounding cytotoxic T lymphocytes, right, which are present around these tumors, and they help to not allowing these tumors to spread. What we do is, we isolate this kind of CTL and we will harvest them. So we will produce a large batch of these cytotoxic T lymphocytes, and then we'll inject it with these kind of cytokines. So we inject it with interleukin 2. So they become more powerful, and these injected CTLs are again put back into the patient's body, so these are again injected into the patient's body to fight against the tumor. So understanding what's happening here, we are in a way strengthening or activating this CTLs, that is cytotoxic T lymphocytes, with cytokines. And these activated and enforced lymphocytes are then injected into the patient's body so that they can effectively fight against the tumor cells. So this is a bit about the immunotherapy. Okay. So if you like my lecture, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Okay. And any other doubts regarding this topic or any other topic that you need me to be covering, please let me know in the comment section. Thank you. All the best.